Link to this will be in the description below, but I've left this, I've been watching what people have been saying about it and everything else, and the first thing you should do if you go to read this, of course you can, it's probably best to read it from the top, but I'm going to start down here, where you can actually see, kind of, the new melee combinations that working on stances. This is obviously the change to it, and the aiming for having the heavy strikes like that top one there added to A. So here it goes. Damn, I love that. And that. But moving on, as expected, the changes to melee, the rework of melee weapons is coming after... It's in here somewhere, but I don't want to get too far up there just yet. They've done secondaries and primaries and beam weapons and sniper rifles and shotguns and weirdly not bows. I've been waiting for this bow rework and it just kind of fell into place of rifles. I was hoping it was going to be its own, but melee was expected to come. And if you read the bottom three here, that's basically what they're doing is they're changing the stats, the mastery ranking, the base damage is going to be increased to compensate for the loss of channeling, and the combo counter multiplier changes. And as I said before, these videos, because they're changing the stances and the way that the combos work, and it actually looks really amazing. But getting into more detail about the changes to channeling and the combo counter and the visual effects and the dodge cancelling any melee attack. And it even says, revisiting melee focus on slam and heavy attacks, as you saw in the video earlier, which will make it all better, not worse. A lot of people are saying this is going to be way worse, which is of course understandable when you look at it at things like the combo counter minimum hits per tier is going to be adjusted, which means hitting the 1.5 damage, 2 times damage, 2.53, blah blah blah, is obviously going to take longer to get to, which makes a lot of sense on one hand, but they are adding heavy attacks into normal combos, which makes the attacks do more damage. Plus, they have already said they are increasing the base damage on pretty much everything. Of course, all of this subject to change before it actually comes out anyway. More than likely, a lot of the weapons will have changes to their mastery ranks. They will no longer be lower level mastery ranks. They will spread it out more between the 0 rank, and I don't think there is really any that go higher than, I think it's 16 is the highest at the minute. It goes up in mastery rank 25. They could bring out an amazing weapon that only 25s could use, but that wouldn't be fair to everybody else, because there is a few mastery rank 25s, but it's not. There's probably way more between 10 and 20 than there is between 20 and 25. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. The main thing people are complaining about comes with the GIF here, and it's being able to do melee strikes through. This actually concentrates on walls, but it works through pretty much all objects. The main one coming from, as you can see, I know this is a GIF, so it's a short bit repeated over and over again, but it's the abuse of the automation of doing this, people making macros to do it. This is a age-old argument that it happened on, and I'll put a picture of the node I mean because it's on Ceres, but I'm not going there for a long time. I've completely forgotten what it is called, and what I want to name it is actually a clan member's name, so I'm getting the two massively confused. They've changed this simply because people are automating it, and it's kind of ruining it for a lot of people who do use the spin to win feature. The spin to win, from everything I can find, is still going to work. It's just not going to work through walls, which, understandable for people who use it, is kind of annoying, but the plummet in the price of Maiming Strike since this was announced has taken a lot of people by just complete and utter shock. Increased base damage, more damage. It's just that you won't be able to do it through walls, so that aspect is obviously going to be gone completely, but at the same time, it shouldn't have been there to begin with. It's like coptering. Coptering was an accident that everybody was using, so they purposely left it in, made it part of the game, which made it way better, but they have said they're changing the stances anyway. The big thing to remember from all of this is obviously subject to change. This isn't a case of, oh well, here it is, by the way, it's already out. This is a case of, these are the things that we're going to look at and possibly change. Most of it will probably happen, if not all of it, but some of it won't. The meleeing through walls, yeah, that will probably happen. You won't be able to melee through the walls, but you will still be able to spin to win. It's just only enemies that aren't behind walls will be affected by it. The changes to the combo counter I'm really looking forward to, even though it does mean that those multipliers aren't going to work, so increasing the damage or not, if you can't hit that 3 times multiplier fairly quickly, then the melee is not going to be as effective as it was. It just means it's going to be better as it starts off and eventually get better, but you're going to have to take out a lot of enemies. As for the... where is it? Channeling? Ooh, from everything I can find, there's a high possibility that channeling could be going completely. But obviously we will find out more when this eventually comes out. It's weirdly kind of looking forward to it on one hand, but also this could go really badly at the same time. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.